Hey everyone, I am back, and my birthday was on the 20th, so that's why I didn't post for a few days. Well, I guess until now. Anyway, let's continue our Nevada tour with no further introduction. What's on your top 10 creepy list? Clowns, moats, or cemeteries? How about all three at once? Cue Tonopah Cemetery in Tonopah, Nevada. A once booming mining town, Tonopah has died down due to the typical booms and disasters that most mining towns encounter. To a small desert town of only 1,200 residents, not all living. Tonopah owes its existence to a donkey, a wayward donkey that wandered off during the night, leading prospector Zen Butler to search for it. The animal was found sheltered under a rock outcropping where Butler picked up a rock. Noticing it was extremely heavy for its size, the rock turned out to be the second richest sulfur strike in Nevada's history. Soon after, he began mining the area. As far as for Tonopah Cemetery, it was founded in May of 1901, with the first burial being of John Randall Weeks, a local man. It remained active until April of 1911, where a number of dead outgrew the miniature plot. 300 people are buried there, including a handful of Tonopah's original residents. Many of them fell victim to the mysterious Tonopah Plague, which ravaged the area in 1902. An article from the Los Angeles Herald in 1905 claimed that a pneumonia very of a very severe type. The sickness is believed to be due to the lack of sanitary actions. The disease, strangely enough, only attacks the grown men. The horrors didn't start with the cemetery. The curse of the town started with the Tonopah Mill mine fire. The tragedy happened on February 23rd, 1911, and killed 17 miners in the process. The way the mine was constructed, there were two shafts, one upcast and the other downcast. The fire was noted around 5:50 a.m. and after about an hour of searching, the miners noticed a fire burning some timber that was piled near the bottom of the shaft. A lit panel was thought to be to blame. Then the fire was first discovered. When the fire was first discovered, the superintendent that day told everyone to go to work, since the fire was totally a separate area. Most of the men protested, but being Slavic immigrants, the threat of being fired was enough to push them into the mines. After a while, when the superintendent noticed the flames spreading, men were told to withdraw everyone from the mine except from those actively fighting the fire. The men were scattered, uptrained, and did not obey orders properly, resulting in the many being trapped in the mine with the smoke and flames. A, a reversal of air current through the mine spread the fire and smoke fat. The mine spread the fire and smoke faster than they could escape. 14 of those men that perished that fateful day are now buried at the Tonopah Cemetery. And you're wondering, where did the counts take place? a peak next door on the cemetery in Tonopah, and it's called the Clown Motel. Oh, what else wouldn't you build next to a cemetery filled with bodies of tragedy past? Named America's scariest motel, the Clown Motel sits right next door to the Tonopah Cemetery. In ghost town Tonopah, Nevada, midway between Vegas and Reno, the sleepy little town sits comfortably on Route 6 and 95. The Clown Motel has a rattling, ghastly eyes, circus dolls, its owner swear, and a fun, safe place to sleep. Entering the unbroken stretches of the Nevada desert. Truly, it must become the motel akin to oasis. But what would a creepy clown motel stay in business for so long? It's almost as if the watchful keepers of these circus creatures serve a warning rather than a draw to come inside. From the moment you step into the motel, you are greeted by hundreds of clowns of all sizes, some of them life-size, some miniature, all creepy as hell. As you walk from the office to check in, no one past 11 p.m.l. You may notice art shading over the Tonopah Cemetery. Just beyond that is a century-old miner's graveyard, made up of stone and wood markers. When you think haunted cemetery, what comes to mind? Visitors to the Clown Motel swear it is haunted. Legend states that the clown statue gives the miners some of which cannot escape their death, a vessel, a travel the earthly plane, almost like a possession. Apparitions have been seen coming from the graveyard. EVPs, or electronic voice phenomenon, has been captured with the voices stating, "We mine, then we dine, that day, 17 men." Even if you go back far enough in history, the Native American tribe used to dress up in clown like otter, releasing their own personalized lights and welcoming scene, along with the portals into the spirit world. Even more, even the motel's owner, Haim Arnold, with his love for clowns, tells that his heart footsteps, he hears footsteps and knocking from unoccupied rooms. Apparitions of a man has been seen leaving the cemetery and walking around the area at all hours of the day. When one of the previous owners of the motel attempted to make contact with the wayward spirit, he froze and promptly disappeared. Even more, the clouds have been leaving the cemetery as well, balloons and all. But the cemetery isn't the only place ghosts have been spotted. The motel itself hosts a couple of spirits as well. Visitors in room 108, which has a life-size mural of Pennywise the Clown on the wall, experience strange encounters, embodied voices, their belongings being moved around the room, things go missing, all thanks to the spirit known as the Trickster. The spirit is said to come from the cemetery, taking form of a clown to joke around with the visitors. Other parties have reported seeing a 7-foot-tall clown standing at the foot of the bed while they woke up to a cold sweat. Number 1. I am petrified of clowns. I will never go to the Clown Motel. And if I ever see a clown or a spirit of a clown at the bottom of my bed, nope, I'm out. Telling me I'm done. Some visitors reported nothing, saying while they were in the motel is creepy, it isn't haunted. Others disagree, stating they hear knocks on the doors to check to see no one around. Voices are heard throughout the night, and scratches on the wall have been reported. Many paranormal researchers team have visited the Clown Motel, visiting themselves, finding themselves in a strange and seeing shadow figures out in their motel rooms in the dead of night. The area continues to be rich with history and seeping with spirits. But the Tonopah Cemetery and the Crown Motel aren't the only haunted locations in the town. The Mizpah Hotel is home to the elusive lady in red, who was strangled to death in the hotel by her jealous ex-lover between rooms 502 and 504. She is said to haunt the fifth floor as well as the elevator. Spirits from several others have also been reported in the hotel, from children on the third floor to murdered miners in the basement. According to the U.S. Today's Reader's Choice Awards, the Mizpah Hotel is considered the nation's #1 haunted hotel. And and I remember in the episode it was creepy that ghost adventurers and ghost hunters